changing the time from Wednesday 7 p.m. to Wednesday 7:30 p.m. So I got a new time. First of all, I want to apologize. Being half an hour late, right? I got a schedule change. I have to work Wednesdays, so I just given myself that extra half an hour, right? So I can get off work and then be here with you guys. So it's going to be Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 7:30. I decided not to change the day because then I lose that momentum, right? So I'm keeping the same day, and I just realized I got a mic and I didn't even use it. I want to say thank you to my new and one and only member. I don't have any videos on my Patreon, but I'm so happy that guy. I'm going to shout out his name in a minute. I have it written down right here. But just the fact that he did that, that's warmed my heart, right? And I can see how it works. So it gives me something to work with. So I know how it's, how it works, how it rolls on my Patreon. I apologize for not having any videos on my Patreon. I thought I could just upload them. I can't. I got to go through a third party, and I ran out of time, so I'm going to do it this week. My days off are now Thursdays and Fridays, so I'll be getting up some videos on my Patreon. Right now, like I said, I don't have any. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is how to find deliverance wherever you're at. Meaning, how do we get delivered from these afflictions or these things that are affecting our soul? Some people don't believe in demons, so they don't like that word, right? And so they don't think they got no problems. But they definitely got something afflicting their life, right? Like a corrupted file on a computer. You got to get that shit out. And so I'm going to speak in that kind of language so that we understand. By the way, I can't get this mic on. I'm going to do it for next week. My bad. Because if we don't move these things out, they're afflicting our soul, and we don't recognize, if we don't get those parasites out, we're still going to keep on keeping on with them same problems and dilemmas. No matter how good we are, no matter how good we do things, we are still going to be affected and afflicted by them. I live that testimony. I've done the right thing for the right reasons, and I can't seem to get a fucking break, right? And I'm over 50 years old. I state that from my childhood. Just can't get a fucking break. And so this last Monday, which today is the 29th of January, I didn't state, so January 29th, 2025. It's important to have these dates so that we know when we're talking about what we're talking about. Or what I'm talking about, right? This last Monday, I need a freaking calendar. I don't know what day that was. I think it was the 25th. I'm really bad at math. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Monday. Oh, it was the 27th. On Monday, I went through a type of deliverance I didn't even know I was going to be going through. But what I saw in my mind's eye let me know that I had something from my past. Meaning, when I say my past, I'm talking about way down the line, like ancestral kind of stuff. Now, I never believed in curses, but I never believed in God either, and I never believed in angels until I got up front and center with what's going on. But I still didn't know anything. And when I say that, I mean, I got to recognize there is a God, one God. There are angels, right? And they work as a team to help mankind. What we got in the Bible are fallen angels posing as God, and we got a little mix of the two of someone who came to help us, meaning God in the flesh, King Joshua. They know him as Jesus, right? But his true name is Yeshua, meaning Joshua. So he got his words in the Bible, but it's mixed with God's, or a God, but they're actually fallen angel behaviors, fallen angel characters. And in other videos, I'm going to be breaking that down and I'll be very happy to debate this with any of the top guys. When I say top guys, I mean people who are, let's say, what, Gary Wayne, right? These guys are so good at what they do, they catch everything, but they're missing some details, and that shit's on purpose that they're missing these details. We don't recognize these details, and we trust what they're saying because they're so on point that we're just accepting what they're slipping in. And actually, my next video, I'm going to be doing that, about how these good guys are really guys slipping things in to redirect the narrative again. Bad guys always catching us from being able to get ahead of this game that's being played on mankind. I'll explain it better in my next video. This video that I'm doing right here is about how I got delivered on the 27th of January 2025 on a Monday, just laying on my couch after work. Didn't even know it was going to happen the way it happened, but it happened, and I noticed that is real. Curses are real, and you got to get these things, these afflictions off the soul. It's generational stuff, you know, stuff from our family, our family that goes way, way back, that did some fuckery, or some fuckery was done on them, and it's affecting our generations, and this is why our generations are so fucked up, no matter how much effort we put into doing the right thing. When I explained to you what I saw in my mind's eye as I'm laying on the couch, made me recognize, oh shit, this stuff is for real. This generational curse shit is for real. And if you are not vigilant in your mind to do the right thing when the wrong thing is telling you what to do in the wrong direction, that's battle within the self, right? Been fighting that. Well, I don't fight it anymore, but it's something I recognize growing up with, right? And watching people around me, and it's that having the angel and the demon, you know, when they say talking to you, that shit is for real. That shit is really going on. That's really happening. And for those of you who don't believe that there's a battle between good and evil, I get it. I get it. But we can see the evil shit happening in our world, and we have to recognize that something is fucking working against mankind. There is not a conspiracy theory. The theory means it's not real. There is something conspiring against mankind, and we got to get on that fucking page as mankind, because there's a creature kind working their asses against one another. So I'm going to show how to get these creature kind motherfuckers like a corrupted file out of your computer, how to get it the fuck out. Because if the right words aren't said, this is what I've come to recognize, is finding the right words. And if we don't line up with King Joshua and his way and take him as acceptance of accepting his name, then what ends up happening is we may know of him, we may believe in him, but that's like knowing boxing and hearing of boxing, but that don't mean you fucking doing boxing, you know? It don't mean you know boxing. You gotta do boxing every day to say you know boxing. So you can know about Yeshua, you can know about his way, but that don't mean you're doing it. And it's a daily thing. And meaning daily, we gotta make statements. Daily, it's like cleaning your file, making sure your computer don't got no viruses, right? Putting up your firewall. These are the things that I do, and since I've been doing them, I don't fight myself in the mind anymore, because I've been able to move these fucking things out layer by layer, because it's not just one and done. It's like cockroaches. Those motherfuckers be popping up everywhere, and it's until you get the environment at the state that it needs to be, then those motherfuckers will be gone and out. And it takes work, right? Everything that's worth something takes work. And in this toxic environment we're in this world, in this reality we're in, it's necessary that we do the work. If you don't want to do the work, there ain't no problem. You're on the wrong channel. It's about doing the fucking work. And I'm going to show you how I put in the work, and hopefully it helps you. Who do we got? Who are you? My name is Michelle Angelic, and this is my YouTube channel, and I talk about I talk about a lot of things, but it's how to get mankind stronger. better in our soul and in our body because we got shit working against us. Pleasure to meet you. And I think it's, how do you say your name? I don't know how to say your name. It's Roscoe. I'm so sorry. So, you know what? I'm going to put it right here so I can, on my little computer. I hadn't done it yet. So I can see your name and pronounce it. Are you male or female? I'm so very sorry that I don't know how to recognize. I don't recognize that name. So I apologize for that. All right. And now, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to show you guys what I did to find this deliverance, what happened to lead me up to go through this process of deliverance, right? Because I would have never done it. I would have never done it if it was for some shit that happened to me a week ago that made me say, fuck it, can't be worse than where I've been. So let me listen to what this guy has to say. His name is Derek Prince, and he's been delivering people for 30 years. But I'm very testy about who I'm listening to because people just got a lot of fuckery and like I don't trust people. I don't trust shamans. I don't trust gurus. I just don't trust, especially people that say they're here to help. They're the least motherfuckers I trust, right? Because they got demons. They work with demons and they just don't tell people. So I'm very worried about who I listen to. But like I said, I had some shit happen to me that was so bad that I was like, fuck, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to listen to this guy because I don't know what I might got on me, and as far as energetically, I don't know what I got on me for something I listened to and I fell asleep to and didn't mean to, right? And so when I wake up and I replay the video, I'm like, this motherfucker's a fucking witch, and he's saying spells, and I fell asleep to that shit, right? This guy looked like a Caucasian, middle class American. No way I'm thinking he's gonna be doing that shit, and that's ended up what he was talking about. He was talking about mirrors and how they were using them in ancient past, right? I wanted to see how these fuckers are working, what they're doing. You know, you got to know how the enemy's working so you can break that motherfucker. Those motherfuckers. I don't listen so that I can't practice. I listen so I can see how these motherfuckers are working against us, right? But I don't listen when they're fucking casting spells and talking shit. I don't put my eyes or my ears to that shit. But I fucking fell asleep to the phone and woke up and I was like, now what the fuck do I do? You know, how to get anything that I didn't even finish listening to that fucker. I turned it right off, but I recognized that because I fell asleep to that shit, it's in my subconscious, and now how to get this fucker out. So anyways, I run into this guy, Derek Prince, on the phone, right, in my files, and I got a couple of his videos, and I was listening to his behavior, but it wasn't about deliverance. But I had to just go for the full video because it couldn't be worse than this other motherfucker that I was listening, not other motherfucker, but this motherfucker that I was listening to and fell asleep to, I should say, talking about witchcraft shit. So I put the Derek Prince on, and I'm like, okay, this guy's talking about deliverance, and it looks like he's gonna deliver all these people in this crowd, and everybody's all quiet in this crowd. At the end of this deliverance, you hear people whooping and wailing, because you swear they're rolling, right? Rolling on the floor. It sounds like they're rolling on the floor when they were all super quiet at the beginning of the sermon. But that sermon of Derek Prince couldn't be worse than the shit I fell asleep to, right? So I was just like, let me just play it. Let me just hear it. And as I'm listening to Derek Prince, like I say, he has 30 years of deliverance, of delivering people. And this is way back like in the 80s, right? This is some old school videos. I'm going to post it on the bottom so you guys can see it for yourself and take the time to test the waters for yourself. Because it worked for me, and I'm going to tell you why I know it worked for me, is why I'm posting it for you. I won't ever give something to other people, to anyone, unless I've tested that water first. You know, I go to the battleground, I go to the field, boots on the ground before I even open my mouth. I don't tell people to go do something I ain't never fucking done. And then if I did do it and it don't work, you didn't even know I did it. Because it don't fucking work. So I only work with what works and is effective. and goes on the right path. I have zero tolerance for fuckery, meaning people saying the right thing, right? Sounds like the right thing when they're slipping fuckery in it. I got a keen ear and eye to catch that shit. That's why next week I'm gonna be busting out names of these top people who people like bow down to, and I'm gonna do some ass whooping, and I'll be happy to challenge any of them. I'm trying to remember everybody's name off the top of my head. We got Wes Hoff. We have Gary Wayne. I'll whoop them. I'll whoop that ass. And I'm going to point out specific details where you guys can see for yourself in their videos where I catch them talking some shit. From videos of 9 years ago, 2 years ago, I listen, I observe, and I catch them. Why do I catch them? Because I can hear that there's something wrong in what they're saying in their perfection. So meaning the reason I tell you that is because I'm not just going to give you this video of deliverance from Derek Prince and not knowing what I'm observing before I pass it on to you. And because it worked for me, I hope it does something for you. You take the time to do it for yourself. Because these demon creature beings, be it aliens, be it creatures, be it demons, they work like a corrupted file on the soul. The soul is energetic, so they're able to slip into the energy field, and like an AI app, it's able to take effect on the body, on our physicality, making people ill, making people not function in this world, putting ditches in front of them. I mean, I feel like that's the story of my life. No matter what I try to do, I can never do nothing fucking right, no matter how perfect and right and on fucking point it was, and it has been. And so, be it that I saw what I saw when I'm saying the words that are coming out of, I'll tell you the words that I use. Derek Prince is saying his words, and I'm using my words because Derek Prince says Jesus, and I say Jesus' enemies gave him that name because his name is Joshua. So if we have Joshua in the Bible and we're calling the main man Jesus, why can we have a Joshua in the Bible, but we don't got Joshua, King Joshua? Yeshua means Joshua in English. Hebrew is Yeshua. In Spanish and Latin, it's Joshua. Why are we not calling the main man by his name? It's because there's a dual play that the enemy uses with the name Jesus. And that'll be another video. I got so many videos I got to break down. But if I don't tell you in this order, you don't know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Even though you've heard it, or my regular subscribers have heard it, I got to keep repeating it because I don't know who's listening to this for the first time, right? Or listening to me for the first time. Like we have this gentleman or this lady, I'm sorry, I don't know the name. I still can't say it. But he's a male. Let me try to see if I can say this name. Roscoe. Is it Roscoe? Is that Roscoe? Is that a thumbs up? Is that Roscoe? I've never read Roscoe or said Roscoe. If that's Roscoe. All right. Thank you for my beads. I appreciate that you like these beads. These beads actually do something. They're called Buddha beads, right? They resonate sound, and they are the closest sound you can get to natural nature, wherever it is. So wherever these beads are, they create a frequency of sound that brings back the natural field in our presence. That's why they're so important. They resonate sound of nature. And we're in so much imbalance of nature. We lack nature, right? We're in so much concrete and Wi-Fi and everything that's disconnects us from natural nature that grounds us and strengthens our power, right? If we're not grounded, we're not strengthened in our power. It's like not having a ground on your battery. If the battery in the car don't got a ground, you ain't going nowhere. Current ain't moving in no direction. And to get direction, it has to be grounded. And we're not grounded. So this is a sense of grounding. I'm gonna call you Roscoe until you tell me that's your name or not. Let's see what else you say. Blessed up, thank you, Roscoe. And then Roscoe, just watched your boxing videos. You got hands. Thank you, I appreciate that. And then, yeah, I do love to throw, but I just don't get allowed to get in the front door. I just gotta, speaking about that, BYB, the president of the BYB, he just told me, he sent me back a text, and he pretty much told me, I appreciate you sending this text, but because of your age, you're too old to be starting a career at that age, right? I ain't trying to start a career. I'm trying to get a message across and put some hope out there, showing that at 51, by the time I fight, I fucking be 52. I'm gonna be 52 this year, if I ever got the opportunity to fight, right? Been trying to get into the fight game since 49, since I was 49, and now I'm gonna be 52, and they still won't open the door for me. They won't let me in. They won't let me fight. So I told them I'm fighting for a cause and for a reason, to give hope to mankind, let them know that we can still power up. We give us some kind of fucking initial sense of we can still fucking do it, because Mike Tyson fucked it up for all of us, right? We're looking at the fucking hope for that everybody in the world's looking for, and that motherfucker purposely kept his hands down, purposely failed to bring down hope of man, because that's how much power we got inside. That what we feel, we resonate, and when we do it all together, it fucking changes the fabric in the field. That motherfucker broke it for us. Sell out, motherfucker. And I'm talking about Mike Tyson, punk ass. I used to like that motherfucker. Now who do we have? People be putting names that I can't read or spell. I already have a hard time fucking reading. I'm a horrible reader. And then when I've never seen these words, WACTOJA. But bless you too. And I'm sorry I can't pronounce what that says. I can't. But bless you guys too. All right, so I'm at Derek Prince. In this, the video, it's called from Derek Prince, "How to Be Delivered," right? And it's at the end of the video. It's at the 1 hour and 39 mark, where he starts saying how he's gonna start this sermon, right? How he's gonna go through the actions for you to say the words, and then start moving out what I recognized are afflictions to the soul, right? Because they're not demons with names. This is what I caught. This is that special part that I knew it had to be done in a certain way, because we'll all be trying to get demons off of us. We all know that we got shit that we wish wasn't on us, and we can fucking feel something's wrong, but we don't know how to get these motherfuckers out, right? So I knew that if I didn't know the right words, I couldn't move these fuckers out. Like, if you can't get the file in your computer out that's corrupted, it's gonna fuck up the whole system. You have to know how to get that shit. So when I'm listening to Derek Prince and the words he used, he didn't call these demons by a name like we think a name, right? Because we always hear you gotta call him by his name. It's like, well, how the fuck we gonna know his name? You gonna know my name's Michelle and this guy's name is Derek. How do you know these fuckers' names? And this is the part I caught. And I wish people would have explained this shit to us long fucking time ago. These demons are afflictions, like behaviors. What we're moving out is a behavior, is an action. What's the best way? It's like an affirmation. It's a statement of an action. And so when you call out that action, that's the demon you're removing. The spirit of hate. That's the name. Wow. I'm giving an example. He went one thing after another. He was like, the spirit of regret. I was like, this is their fucking names? I did. I was like, all these years, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to figure out these fuckers' names, because I know that you got to call them by name to get them the fuck out. And it's the attribute of the behavior of the affliction on the soul. So if somebody's afflicted with depression, we got to move that motherfucker out by his name of depression, the spirit of fucking depression. I say it like this because I wish shit was explained simply. 1 + 1 = 2. Let's go. Let's roll. And it's not. Life's so fucking complicated when it doesn't need to be. So I'm going to get really, 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 really good at moving demons out because I hate these motherfuckers. For you who don't know me, just to kind of catch you up, Roscoe, I'm going to call you Roscoe, right? I grew up with a grandmother with multiple personalities. I knew something was in my grandma. I knew they were different and they were multiples because her behavior would change, her body language would change, her eyes would change, everything would fucking change. And then she changed back to something else and something else. And then I recognized it when it was actually my grandma. Just too much. I grew up with this shit, right? Everybody's like, no, it's multiple personalities. My grandmother was one of the first to be diagnosed way back in the day in a Napa State Hospital, right in California. So she got a long history of multiple personality and is affirmed that shit's real. So I'm not making this shit up as I'm telling you. So because I got so much experience with this shit and my life went the way, you got to watch a lot of my other live videos, Roscoe, so you can see, where I've been, where I come from, why I am the way that I am, and why I'm a fighter in physicality and a fighter in the mind and a fighter in my spirit and my soul. Because there's something after the soul of mankind, and I'm going to break that motherfucker. And I'm going to show us how to break it within our mind. Strengthen up our body so that we regain the power of our soul. And nothing come and take that shit from us, period. Like, no shit can come and take that from us. How to correct my words. These names of these demons are the afflictions affecting our physicality. And once we recognize this, we're going to be able to move these things out for ourselves, for our children, in our home, in our environment, without all the big fear. Now, these creature motherfuckers are real, and there's something fearful when you see them. I seen them. I know these fuckers are real, but I'm just different. I'm built different, right? I'm built different. People are made for certain things. I'm made to fucking break this shit and not be afraid, right? All I wanted to know is if I had them in the ring, how the fuck do I break them? And so it works like a computer. You break them down like a computer. And like you break biology, you break technology. It's breaking biology and technology. And that's what I've come to recognize, how to reverse engineer these motherfuckers and to break them. I had to reverse engineer how they're breaking us through the soul, which is electric, right? And our physicality that works on signals, that's electric, to send nutrients for the brain operations to work right, for our behaviors to work right. And what they're doing is they're breaking us down from the inside out and then breaking out our minds, which is easier for these fucking creature applications to be put on us. Now, I'm not saying these fuckers are not real. They're very fucking real. But what I am saying is how to move them without the fear, how to move them without fear. And for people who don't think this shit is real, well, your life gotta get fucked up enough where you're just like, all right, let me try this. Who's this King Joshua? Who's this flesh and blood man who came to be the last sacrifice so that our soul can be reclaimed? Like, I'm gonna turn in my fucked upness, and when I do, I get something back for them. I get something back, and that's protection. Like antivirus, right? Antivirus for the soul is claiming King Joshua's way. People call him Jesus. His name is Joshua, right? So claiming King Joshua's way is simple. Love the good of God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. Meaning learn to do good, motherfucker, because we're in a fucked up world. And if you don't fix that shit, ain't nothing going to go right in this. That shit's going to grow and expand, and you're all going to be in a lot of fucking trouble. Because you're in a machine. I can't tell you that shit, but follow this pattern and you're going to be all right. But do we follow that pattern? No. Second of his commandments, just 2 commandments, right? 4 commands, 2 commandments is do unto your neighbor what you want done unto you. Don't fuck that motherfucker up because he's going to fuck up. Just like you fuck up and you don't want somebody else to come and kill you. fix your shit, get it corrected, have no family feuds so that we can fucking move on. Simple, but very difficult for us to do. Those two basic commandments that King Joshua came to say are so simple yet complex. But we can do that, we're moving in the right direction. Right? We're moving in the right direction. And the 4 commands that King Joshua came to say was, I should have wrote them down just so I don't have to try to memorize them. I should have them memorized like that. Heal the sick. Because we don't heal the sick, we make sure that everybody stays sick so that these demon creatures can afflict the bodies and minds and soul of mankind. And that's why we don't heal the sick. But that's why he came to say, make sure you do that shit. Heal the sick. Get that shit right. Second, he says, cleanse the lepers. Because if you don't fix your society and you leave them out on the street like you're homeless, the rest of y'all are going to be just as fucked up as that because you're not fixing that shit. Help them. Do not leave them abandoned like that. But yeah, we do. Then he said, raise the dead because your soul is fucking dying. And if your soul dies, forget about it. You ain't going to fucking make it. Raise the death of the soul. Bring it up because it's alive. The soul is alive. Bring it back to life. And the very last one, my favorite one, is cast out demons because these motherfuckers are real. Right? So I ain't going to break it down how they're demons or why they're demons or how they work like a corrupt file in a computer because that's just too fucking complicated. But he says, just make sure you get on this shit and do it. Don't kill that motherfucker. Cast his demons out. Heal that fucker. He is going to get better. Don't put him in prison and make him fucking worse and make that demon fucking grow. You know, we're doing everything opposite because we have creature kind, Canaanite kind, right? The Canaanites mentality that are Satanists who worship Lucifer, who practice witchcraft. That's a Canaanite, right? Of the Bible that killed King Joshua then and are still running the fucking world today and have family feuds and are trying to fight like gang members for position and control of this world to run mankind because they're a creature fucking kind. And they fight against themselves and they send us to war to fight their family feuds that is of Abraham from Jacob that was then called Israel. You feeling what I'm saying? And those 12 tribes are all fighting for position, and I'll be doing videos where we can see how that works and how that looks, right? So you can do some research for yourself. So I'm not saying the Holy Bible don't matter. It's how good got into this fuckery that we call this world, right? It's a fucked up world. We're in enemy territory acting like everything's all right. No, nothing's ever been all right. We got to make it all right, but we got to recognize what's going on. What was my point and I wanted to say that was actually super important? I had it written down right here. When you watch the video of Derek Prince, I really hope that it can help you always be able to go back to it to help yourself. If you get stuck in a point where you don't want to say to remove something, definitely say it. Like, I'm going to tell you my experience. That's what we're going to go. That's what we're going to talk about. When I was laying on my couch on Monday, just a couple of, what I say, on the 27th, right? Of this month, January. I'm laying on the couch and I'm listening. It's like an hour and a half sermon, hour and 40 minutes sermon, right? And he's just talking and explaining how these fuckers work and what they do and how we be afflicted by them, right? And then, like I said, at the 1 hour and 39 mark, he goes into it, right? And as he's going into it, this is what I'm saying, right? I've done other videos on my lives, and I've told you guys one of my live videos called Deliverance, right? Where I had this demon creep up on me, and I go lay down, and boom, I feel this fucking creature right on the side of me, and words came out of my mouth. And those words that came out of my mouth, I've never said before, right? I never said before, but I said, in the name of God, I remove you. In the name of God, leave now. like I knew what I was saying. I spoke like I knew what I was saying, and that thing was like, poof, gone. So in that video of my live, I'll put it also down on the bottom where you guys can see it. Because of that experience, I knew that those are the words that give authority, that have authority, right? And in this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of having authority against these creature kind, against these Satanists, against these Luciferians, against these witches that have no authority once you obtain authority speaking through the power that King Joshua came to give us back. Because we've always had it, we just didn't know it, right? Because we just got to align with what he came to teach, and that's good. He came to teach good. Work through love, through the heart, Holy Spirit, whole, balanced, complete spirit of love. When we work through that love and that compassion, we have compassion enough not to kill our neighbor, our enemy. We pray for our enemy so that God can give him the eyes to see, and Archangel Michael help him with the courage he's going to need when he does see, because he's going to want to finish himself when he feels the pain he's given to others, right? But because they're demonized by these fucking creature kind to do actions that they regret later, they need help healing. And so that's why Yeshua said, don't kill him, heal him, right? Take that motherfucker, feed him back to health, cast out his demons, heal him back. Because then what ends up happening is our soul becomes then afflicted and demonized, and to the point where it gets worse and worse. So demonized doesn't mean possession, right? To be possessed and you turn into another creature. That's why nobody believes you're possessed, and I get it, right? Because you haven't turned into another creature, but people are demonized, which Derek Prince goes into a very good explanation of what that means. And the demonization means you're afflicted by and bothered by. To be afflicted by means you're bothered by the behaviors of these demons. And like I said, for those of you who don't believe that demons are real, well, there's a corrupted file on your soul, and your soul's electric, and it's fucking your system up and got you doing fucking behaviors you wish you never did, and you wish you could stop. And this is how you stop: is lining yourself up with the good God, Yeshua, flesh and blood man, on this ground, on this earth. And I want to bring it from God to Son of Man for mankind, because God's supernatural, and in that supernatural nature that he has advanced to what we don't recognize yet that we have, right? We don't recognize. We know we're supernatural in our nature, and our soul got certain ways of behaving where we sense and we feel, but we're told by these Canaanites who run our show that you only got 5 physical senses and nothing else about you works, right? You can sense your children, you can have dreams of premonitions of things, but that is not real, right? That's our supernatural nature that we have. So because we're so disconnected from our natural nature, and people are so far away from saying God, and they're offended by the word God because these fallen angels or these fallen kind use the name of God to create a lot of fuckery and affliction to children and people in the name of God, so that we hate God. And we never use God's name to move these fuckers out and put them back into the file where they fucking belong, which is not here in our space. Right. When I talk about King Joshua, son of man, rightful king to lead mankind into the way of how to live in this existence, that's something we can all hold on to. We can all line up with that, because he's flesh and blood man who has a story and who left a lineage of information, a trail of information for us to follow, so that we can look back and be like, I get why all this fuckery is going on in our world today, because I see what this man came to show us. And that's the way, right? That's the way to behave. the way to love and have compassion. That's the way. It was called the way before Christianity because Christianity was formed by Canaanites. Canaanites were Catholic, and they were burning those who followed King Joshua. I'm always calling King Joshua. So because they followed King Joshua, they would burn them on the stake right there in Rome, and they were the bishops of Rome who were Canaanites. And then they decided, hey, let's get these guys votes. Let's stop burning them. We'll call it Christianity, and we're gonna keep control. These fuckers kept control then, up until the point we're at right now, and we still don't have the control of goodness on this earth because we don't run it. Mankind don't run it, and mankind needs to get a grip and understand that. And so instead of having us fight that there's no God, there's no good and evil, it's not real, I'm saying there's a flesh and blood man called Son of Man for a reason so we can follow his way, and I'm going to stick to King Joshua's way. And so that's how I'm going to begin to start talking so that we get an understanding that we can follow this flesh and blood man. Let's see what his way is, because he seems to be able to get rid of what's affecting us in our world, because the paranormal is going to start showing more and more of itself, and people are not going to know what to do. People are going to be people are confused right now. People are confused right now, and they're not sure what they're looking at. So what I hope to do is to have enough of this information in this one video where they can go and watch Derek Prince and just work with that. If there's something in there, when I was listening to it, it said, in the name of God, I remove, and then you call out the affliction, right? And he said, the spirit of anger, the spirit of hate, the spirit of depression, and then he'd go into the spirit of masturbation and the spirit of pornography, and then the spirit of, which one was the other one? Those were the two that I was like, should I say those? And because I questioned to say masturbation and pornography, right? Because I'm masturbating and I enjoy pornography, but not the pornography where it's afflicting children or causing harm to someone, right? Causing harm to someone. So in Derek Prince's presentation, he talks about masturbation and that, if that's what you like to do, don't let me be the one to stop you. But if you can't stop it and you have no control over it and you wish you could hold yourself back, but you're depleting yourself of all your energy because you can't stop, then you may have a spirit of masturbation on you. And let me show you how to remove this guy, right? That's what he's talking about. And at the end he goes, but don't let, if that ain't your case, then don't let me stop you from your joy. And I was like, all right, I'm eye to eye with this guy. So when he explained, remember, this is an old guy. This guy's like 80 years old, and this video is like from the 80s, right? So when he goes on to the spirit of pornography, I was like, do I say that? And because I questioned it, I was like, I'm double saying it. Why am I going to double say it? Because when I watch pornography, or when I say watch pornography, is I love watching a little bit of sex. Why not, right? Why not? Who doesn't? It's natural to our nature. And in my Food, Sex, and Harmony, I'm going to be posting some things that is how-to videos, but it's how to masturbate and how to do this and that hasn't been shown, right? Because if it had been shown and everybody knew it, then everybody would be a lot fucking happier. But there's women out there who try masturbation and they ain't feeling nothing, and that's what I'm going to be helping with, so that they can feel again, right? Because there's things that are missing, and I'm going to help them fill in those blanks so that it's not missing. Bring back joy through food and through sex, right? That's my Food, Sex, and Harmony that I'm trying to put together on Patreon. So when I hear him say, I remove the spirit of pornography, I double said it, because I said, when I'm doing this, I want it to be 100% me and nothing afflicting my soul. So move out the spirit of pornography, get them the fuck up out of here, right? I didn't say those words, but that's how I felt about it. Like, move it out. Move out the spirit of masturbation. Move it out. Because when I masturbate, I want to make sure it's all me, 100% me, and nothing else but me, right? So don't be afraid. If you feel afraid to say something, more than likely it's because that fucking spirit of that thing don't want you to say it. So double say it. Double say it. That's what I'm saying. This is the part where we got to one of the parts in where I'm laying on the couch and I'm listening and I'm saying, I saw something in my mind's eye because my eyes were closed, right? But then I was able to see these flames, like fire, right? Like outside, and I see a fire. And then in front of that fire, I see this doll, like a voodoo doll. And I don't believe in any of that. I don't. I don't watch videos about it. I don't talk about it. I never think about it. It's not a subject that's ever even been across my mind, ever. But yet I'm seeing it, and I saw the X's sewn into the as the eyes, and I see the black yarn like braids, or not braids but hair stringing from it, and I could even see the dirt on the cloth of the doll. I'm just like, what? For me to see it means that I was able to catch the file that's been put generationally on my family's souls, to that is cursed from generation to generation. And this is what Derek Prince explains at the beginning of his video, of how your family's souls, the souls of your family members, can be afflicted by a curse. And I was even listening, I'm just like, yeah, it's not my part, right? That's not my part. That's not the part where it pertains to me. Yet this is what I saw. And because I saw it, I was like, oh, this shit is real. This shit is real. Somebody put some type of curse on me and my generations before me, that I was able to catch that file and move it the fuck out. That's what has to be done. If it's not brought to the conscious mind, it can't move out. If you can't find the corrupted file in your computer, you can't put it in the trash and move it out of the system. The system of these computers, this technology, is only copying what the natural nature of our existence is. We're not copying the computers. The computers show how it copies only from natural nature. That's what I'm saying. Because I was able to see that, I recognize that these voodoo dolls and these curses are real on generations. So he shows how to break generational curses through this deliverance. And I was delivered from that. And it felt shocking, amazing. And afterwards, after being surprised and shocked about what I saw, and be it that I was able to see, I was even able to see the hand that was holding the doll. When you see things like that, it's because you're able to retrieve information, because we're in a field that's electromagnetic and information sits in it, and we are supernatural in our nature, and we can rewind, fast forward in the information field. For those of you who don't know, they're new to this channel, like Roscoe, we're the machine, Roscoe, and I've been talking about this since 2020. And because we're in a machine that feeds off of pain and suffering, I'm going to break this motherfucker. And I'm going to show how it's working, using creature kind that are made of biology of mankind with animals that are cruel to their nature, like eat their own children type of shit, and have nanobiotechnology that can pretty much turn into whatever it wants. It can mutate and turn into whatever it wants. It has a mimicking ability. Those who know me on this channel since 2019, I've been talking about this nanotechnology that pretty much is broke me down in millions of ways. You can see it in my videos, and this is why I know what I know. That's why I know what I know. It's a whole lot of different pieces, but they all come together, right? Showing a picture of what's fucking over mankind and what we're doing about it, what I'm doing about it, and what I'm sharing with you, so that you can help your energetic field, you can help your environment, you can help yourself, and then you can help your family, and then we help our neighborhoods, and then we help the area that we're in our state, and then our world. It grows and it expands like little pixels. We start growing and expanding. That's the point of all of this. This is why I do what I do. And I'm effective about it. It means I'm good at this shit. I am. Like, I was born to do this. The words that I used, which I'm looking for right now, when Derek Prince was saying, get out, I was using the words that I used in that Deliverance video that came to me naturally when I said, in God's name, leave now. So as Derek Prince is saying, get out, I'm saying, in God's name, leave now. So you're obviously going to find the words that adjust to you but mean the same thing. Because you want to feel comfortable in what you're doing. Very important. Nothing should ever feel forced. Anytime anything is done and will feel forced, it's going to be rejected. It's just natural for us to do that, to reject what we don't feel comfortable with because we don't know, right? That's how I am anyways. And so when I explain things, I explain them so that we make a relative connection to why are we doing what we're doing? Why is this necessary? And so what I say is, in the name of God, King Joshua, I am redeemed and delivered from the afflictions to my soul. God delivered me from, and then whatever it is that affliction may be, right? And then in God's name, leave now. I'm going to type this out so that if you guys want to, see the words that I use. And I'm comfortable with those words because it came to me naturally. Derek Prince also talks about strongholds. And a stronghold means it's not a demon that has afflicting you, and afflicting your functionalities, keeping you sick or keeping you stuck. It's a stronghold of words that somebody used that had authority over you, meaning a teacher, a principal, a mother, a father. That authority, when we're little or we're growing, or even as adults, when authority tells us something, we take it as, you're more important than me, you're above me, I'm below, so what you say goes. And we still do that today. We're still waiting for our government to tell us something, recognizing that motherfucker got no authority over our well-being because they're fucking Canaanites. But because we have a stronghold of authority over us, we still fucking follow the wrong lead routinely because it's the authority that has a stronghold over us, right? So when Derek Prince is talking in this video, that like the same video, he's talking about the strongholds. He has more videos too. So I have a playlist of Derek Prince on my playlist. If you go to my Truth and Integrity Warrior, go to my playlist. I have a bunch of video. I got a video library right there. But look for Derek Prince and you'll see all the ones that I put right there. The stronghold, when he talked about that, it reminded me of the video live that I did a couple weeks ago with one of, on the live, somebody said something really nice to me, but yet I rejected it. Yet I put it down. And I was like, oh shit, I got a stronghold on me that I didn't even know I had. And I broke that shit like right there and then. And I'm never going to repeat those fucking same words again. I'll explain them right now. This guy says to me, as I'm reading off, right, and he says, you're very beautiful and very intelligent. You're very smart. And I said, I don't think I'm smart, right? But thank you for your words. And now when I look back, I was like, who the fuck told me, after I watched that stronghold video, right, talking about the stronghold, I was like, who had authority over me telling me that I wasn't fucking smart? Who, when, where? My teachers. My teachers, because I'm very dyslexic, right? I got like severe dyslexia, where reading and writing and numbers is like a fucking alphabet soup. It's fucked up. They're all over the fucking place. But anyways, growing up as a kid, you don't know you have dyslexia. The teachers don't know what dyslexia is. When I was in school anyways, they didn't know. So I was just called stupid and dumb and slow. And I was in the slowest reading class, and that shit just reminded me of how stupid and dumb and slow I was, right? And when this guy told me that I'm very smart, I still, at 51 years old, I'm saying, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm smart. I fucking recognize the fuckery I've been stuck in, not even realizing it until Derek Prince talked about the strongholds over our minds. That's not a demon, but it's a stronghold, and it keeps us in that same frame of mind, and we can't get out till we recognize it. So when he said that, I was like, oh, I will never, ever doubt my intelligence to put all this shit together. I may not be able to be good at reading and math, and I leave that for somebody else, right? But I'm a genius when it comes to this. Like, I'm special at this. I'm special, right? So, because I was able to break that stronghold only because I was able to recognize it. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me fix my words. I can't break what I don't know is confining me. I don't even know that something got a hold on how I think about myself because it's just normal routine. I've been living it for so fucking long, being told how not smart I am when I was a little kid. And I'm still bringing it up as an adult. I got a piece, I got something on my lip. I got to take care of this because it's driving me fucking crazy. Driving me crazy. So because I was able to break that and reflect it back into when somebody just recently told me they think I'm smart and I'm straight up telling them I don't think that I am, I'll never say that again. That stronghold is gone. So I hope that you recognize and make a relative connection to anything that if somebody says, gives you flowers and you take them and you push them back, somebody saying something good to you and you reject it, ooh, you got a stronghold on you. Fix that shit, correct it, throw that old file out, that corrupted fucking file of authority over our mind. Because that's what it is. Authority over our mind from childhood that we take into adulthood, and we're in a confinement that we don't know we're in until we move it out. So that was that. That was my experience with that. Breaking generational curses, I just told you that one. Casting down strongholds, that's another one of his videos, Derek Prince's videos. We just talked about that. The importance of authority. Authority is what King Joshua came to show us we have in his name. And this is why we follow that lead and it works. Even though people call him Jesus, it's the intention that is in there and it works. But I ain't going for 50-50. I'm going for full 100. What's his name? Joshua. What am I calling him? By his name. Period. Because his enemy is using Jesus and they're using other names to pretend they're talking about King Joshua when they're not. That's next week. We'll be talking about. They call him Jehovah. They call him Yahweh. No, motherfucker. What's his name? We ain't playing. It's time to pick a side, know your position, know who's standing in front of you. Period. We ain't in game playing times. Not right here, not right now. I think I got everything I wanted to express to you guys. I'm going to be putting up a little prayer on here as well, so that you guys can see what I'm giving to my kids to help them be able to say a prayer, know who King Joshua was in flesh and blood man, so they can say, I know that is real, and in their own time be able to connect with the understanding of the good God. Because you can't throw that on people and force that on people because I say so. I'm the authority over you. You're my kid and you're going to do what I say. Because that's what we do with religion, and it's incorrect. You have to grow and to learn to know God. I had to grow to know God. My son Vaughn grew to know God watching me, his mother, suffer freezing out in the Tennessee ice cold concrete, sleeping outside, homeless while working, sending money to them back in Mexico. And he said, God, if you're real, help my mother. Because my son was an atheist. Vaughn was an atheist. He didn't believe any of this stuff was real. But on his birthday, I called him, and I was sleeping outside and freezing. When I say freezing, I mean like ice, right? In Tennessee, right before a big old storm, ice storm. But I had to work. My coach, my videos are on there, right? Explain why I was homeless. Fucking mess, like I said. Fucking generational curses. I couldn't catch a fucking break, right? Not because I'm a drug addict, not because I do the wrong thing. It's because I had something holding me back. And I like to say that I'm free of that. I'm free of it. Since last Monday. Free. Can't wait to see all the doors start opening for me. I can't wait because it's just never happened. You guys been watching me for years on my YouTube. It's like one fucking thing after the next. Like I can't make this shit up, but it's been my life for the whole of my life. Where no matter what I do right, no matter how many mountains I climb, no matter how well I achieve to succeed and people watch it, I still can't fucking make anything happen. So what I created, what I wrote down is so that my kids have a little prayer like my daughter Isis, right? I can't tell her, hey, you have to know God. I can explain about God. I can, and which I do and her brother does, right? Because it's in her environment, but I can't force her to, this is God and this is how you're going to say and this is what you're going to do. But I can explain, this is a man in the flesh, in blood, real on this earth. This is what he did. This is his past. This is how he lived, and this is what he did for us, mankind. Because she recognized we got creature kind on here. She recognized this shit ain't right on this planet. My kids have seen some things, right? Why I say that is because we need to be able to use words we believe in, because what we believe, we empower and we put into the fabric of the field. When we disbelieve, we use words, but they're fake and they're fucking phony. So the words need to come out with true belief, where it becomes a knowing. So I'm going to share with you just a simple little affirmation that daily helps us get closer to King Joshua and his way. God Yeshua, the general who has authority above the rest, he who was King Joshua in the flesh, I thank you for showing me the way. In the Holy Spirit, I pray. It's simple, right? Recognize that this man has an authority to help us move out what is afflicting us. Right? And little by little, our kids can grow with that. We who don't believe in God, we that are here on this earth that don't believe in God because we haven't had that experience to recognize, oh, it's real. There's something going on right here. This is a good way to get started, following King Joshua's way, because this king was to be the rightful king. He is the rightful king, but was murdered and put on a cross and brutalized, so that we can have a way so that our souls can be guided and not misdirected, because there's more life in our death than there is life in this physicality. That's for another video for another time. And these fucking creature kind want to make sure that they catch our ass when we die, to catch our souls. And King Joshua came to make sure we get moved out and get to a safe haven when we are no longer in physicality. So that's what I got for you guys today. Ooh, I'm only 9 minutes over, not bad. So every Wednesday night, 7:30 is the new time. I'm going to be doing my lives right here. You guys jump over to Biotech in the Food. I got 4 subscribers. I thank those 4 subscribers for going on there, right? But I need 50 so that we can start talking about this technology. And for the advanced people who know what's going on with this tech and want some answers and solutions, we could be doing a lot of back and forths. I wanted to say thank you to somebody. What's his name? I'm gonna have to catch him for next week. I'm so sorry I don't have you right here. But to my very first subscriber at Patreon, I don't even have a video up yet, and he already subscribed. I'm gonna get you next week, I promise. I'm sorry about that. But I thank you. You know who you are. This is Michelle Angelic, Truth and Integrity Warrior. Oh, wait, give me 1 second. Somebody just said something. We got Roscoe. Just watched your bio. Oh, no, that's something you already said. Nope, I got everybody. Who am I missing? Oh, well, we do got to. Let me, before I leave, I had a button that I didn't know that if you push this button, you can see what everybody has to say. I thought I had it all done. Okay, hold up. Let me just go through these and then I'll be saying peace out to everybody. I try to keep these videos within an hour. Roscoe, love your vibe. Thank you for that, Roscoe. Is Roscoe correct? Is that what that says? Talking some real shit. Yep, there's some real shit. I'm gonna say one thing. You can't get no realer than the words I project. The words that come out my mouth. It can't get no realer than what I say. I don't know anybody more real than me. And when I say that, I mean I don't know anybody else who's more direct with the words and the message. And I never fuck around. Never. Meaning, it's always direct. It's always straightforward. That's why I'm so single. All right, and then we got Roscoe saying, yes, yes, all right, very cool. I'm not sure to what. I didn't know to push this button. Next time I'll pay attention. All right, Roscoe, you got it, love. Thank you, Roscoe. It says, I know about the beads. Oh, I'm glad you know about these. Yeah, they're very important. They do make a change in your environment. They bring, like I said, natural balance, natural vibration of nature to you in this artificial environment that we're in. Oh, I'm glad you love them. And then we got somebody. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can see you guys right here because I don't like putting my face up into this phone. My nose all right there, all up and close because I can't see these little tiny. It says 089. You are Chris Cyborg. No, I'm not Chris Cyborg. But if you go to my Instagram, I got a picture of me and her. She was with my boxing team. Well, when I used to box, I boxed with the Benavides team, boxing coaches out here. A group of them were out here. Junior Lopez, but I don't box no more. And so she boxes with the Benavides team as well, right? Let's see. Yes, you're saying it right, Roscoe. Perfect is your name. Awesome. Let's see, Roscoe Love. Thank you, Roscoe. And then got Roscoe, 52 years young. Thank you, Roscoe. I'm not 52 yet, but I'll be 52 this year. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I'm special at, Roscoe, is I help people regenerate their body. That's what my Patreon's gonna be about. Food, sex, and harmony is how we regenerate this body. You know, we regenerate it through the food, and we enjoy it through the sex. Meaning we get our sexy back. I want people to feel sexy again, because we're being depleted in so many ways. And if we're gonna beat this machine, we're gonna beat it by creating and generating the most joy and passion that's natural to our nature, and that's through taste, touch, smell. You know, all the through our physicality. You know, it livens up our soul. Looking beautiful. Thank you, Roscoe. I appreciate that. And then we got somebody new. Next time I'm gonna make sure to have this thing up. I don't know what I did wrong right here. I can't read that. It's so small. Sorry for having you guys wait. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my face up in here close. We got Ramanazan, I think is what it says. Ramanazan, I think is what it says. Feedback. Sorry. I gotta have this ready. I never have it ready. I'm sorry. So I don't know what that little face is with the teeth, but I think you're telling me it's a smile. I'm going with that. And then you said, hello, hello, how you doing? Then we got Roscoe. I actually listened to all of this. Amen. Thank you, Roscoe. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeshua. That is the man. Yeshua is the man. He came to show the way. He's God in the flesh. God is supernatural, and he's not human in his nature. And so he sent the Son of Man so that we can see man with our eyes and relate to man, right? Because we wouldn't be able to relate in any other way. In my other videos, if you watch my video that I just did last week, talk about what's outside of this machine and the team we have helping us outside this machine, making sure that we have this information about King Joshua, what he came to implement, so that we recognize by looking back at all of our past history of all of the people and all their pain and suffering and everything that they went through, so that we can get a fucking clue today and recognize what we're about to face and have to deal with. right? Because they got to get data from outside this machine, inside this machine, and this is how it's being done. It doesn't mean it's not real. It just means that it's not what we're used to. We're not used to hearing information like this. But like I said, we're about to be going into some supernatural, paranormal times. Paranormal means that eventually we can catch up to the information because it's through technology, which these creatures use because they lack Holy Spirit, which is paranormal. Holy Spirit is paranormal. Forgive me, is supernatural. The paranormal can't use the supernatural, and this is why the paranormal uses technology, because a creature kind who lack Holy Spirit, whole balance, complete spirit of love and compassion. The more compassion we have that our heart holds, the more power, capacity we have for our natural nature that is supernatural in its ways. That is the difference. And supernatural cannot be explained, nor does it need to be. It just is, right? Some things we can't explain. It just is, and it's extraordinary. And we have yet more to learn, right? More to learn and to know, but it just works. And the paranormal can eventually be explained because it's technology. That looks supernatural, but it's technology, and this is why it's paranormal. And these creature kind are nanobiotechnology, which use mimicking abilities. And you can look up nanobiotechnology, and it's how it mimics natural nature. Oh, there's a lot to it. There's a whole lot to it, but it don't mean we ain't going to get to it. Meaning making ourselves stronger in this fucked up reality that we're in, because we can't do it if we're weak and we're broken. And that's what we're being set up to be, weak and broken, and we can't go out like that. Well, I ain't going out like that. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing, right? That's it. I'm a one-man army, one-woman army, and I expect people to stand where they're at and be able to power up right where they stand. It's not about coming together and leading a march and going to a fight. We fight right where we stand, and the fight is against combating and pushing back from what's trying to break us down. And we do it through the physical body, the mind that connects to the soul. That's how we do it. My name is Michelle Angelic, Truth and Integrity Warrior. I'm grateful that you guys are here with me every Wednesday, 7:30. I expect to keep that same time, that same day, same hour from here on in. All right? You guys take care, and God bless.